One of the most challenging questions for retirees is determining which account to spend down first. With various types of retirement accounts like taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free, making the right choice can have significant long-term ramifications. Join us this week as we navigate the strategic decision of account withdrawal order to optimize your retirement income and gain tax efficiency.
Welcome to Label on Fire with Label Sternbach, the financial independence and retirement show dedicated to helping you build the life of your dreams as fast as possible with as little stress as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Label on Fire.
Hi, I'm Freddie Bell, and welcome back to another episode of Label on Fire. I'm Freddie Bell, and with me is Label Sternbach. He's Amazon's best-selling author of the book called Authenticity and also Living with Financial Anxiety. Label, it's great to be with you, and welcome back to the show.
Hey, how we doing today?
Unbelievable, and with these uncertain times, I don't know if I'm getting used to it, but I'm certainly eager to find out what's happening next. Let's start by breaking down the different types of accounts, and we were talking about which account to spend down first. What are the key features, Label, of taxable, tax-deferred, and Roth tax-free accounts? Let's start there.
Yeah, so the way I like to put it for people, I think the easiest way to think about it is you got a tax efficiency ladder, right? And so on the first rung of that ladder, you've got your least tax efficient money, right? Think about like your W-2 income, right? You get taxed on that when you earn it, you get taxed on it when you spend it, right? And when it grows, you get taxed on that. So you've got brokerage accounts down there, you've got your checking account, your savings account, right? That's lower on the ladder. Next up in terms of efficiency, we've got our tax-deferred accounts, and those are things like our 401k, our traditional IRAs, SEP accounts, SEP IRAs. So those, when we put the money into it, we get a tax deduction for contributing to our retirement savings. So that's good. Save this money on taxes right now. It grows tax-free, right? So as long as it's in that account, we don't pay taxes on it. However, when we take that money out, the IRS gets their pound of flesh and it gets taxed as ordinary income. Whereas in our brokerage account, it would be capital gains. We're paying a higher tax of ordinary income. And then we've got the most level of efficiency is our Roth accounts. So Roth accounts are money that we put in after taxes. We've already paid taxes on it. So typically this would come from our wages, right? We saved it. We now have extra cash, we put it into our Roth account, or we took from our IRA and we moved it up and we pay taxes on it. Now it's in a Roth account, which is actually named after a person. If you're wondering what the acronym is for, it's his name. And so for that Roth account, it grows tax-free. When we take the money out, it's tax-free as long as we meet the requirements for when we take it out. And it goes to our beneficiaries tax-free, then they have 10 years to take it out from that account. So they get basically 10 years of tax deferral on that money before they have to take it out, and it's tax-free when they take it out. So from least efficient to most efficient, you got your regular accounts, your brokerage accounts, checking, savings. You got your deferred retirement accounts, 401k, IRAs, and then you've got your Roth accounts, which now you also have Roth 401ks as part of that, which are those tax deferred. And then really, in the last few years, Congress gave us the pinnacle of efficiency, which is a health savings account, which is we get a deduction when we put the money in, and if we take it out for medical expenses, it's tax-free at the end, and it grows tax-free during our lifetime, which is cool. The only caveat is it's very hard to save a lot of money in an HSA. So,
It really can be. So with regard to efficiency, Label, what are some of the common strategies to minimize the taxes over the course of our entire retirement?
Yeah, so over the course of our retirement, the name of the game really is two things. One, we want to make sure that we have the biggest base of money to grow, and because of the compounding growth, we want it to grow for as long as possible. So we want to keep that base as big as possible. The problem is that we've got a leaky bucket, and that leaky bucket comes in the form of required minimum distributions, right? Ordinarily, and I think this probably goes true for probably 80% of the people I meet who are just starting the journey of figuring out, do they have enough to retire? When are they going to file for Social Security? All the usual questions. the biggest assumption they make is that they get to control their income in retirement. And the IRS has already thought about this. Congress has already thought about this. And they're like, if we let people control their income in retirement, we're not going to get the tax dollars that we need, because we are very reckless spenders and we've spent money that we don't have. And we need to ensure that we get our money to pay our credit card bills. And so therefore, we are not going to rely on you, Mr. Frugal, who has done really hard work of saving all your money, of making sure that we get our taxes, right? Because if it's up to you, you're not going to pay taxes. You'll stay below the standard deduction, right? Your income will be very manageable and you'll be in the 0% tax bracket. And Congress won't get a penny, right? Because that is what you should be doing in retirement. And Congress knows this. So what they did was, very quietly, when you weren't looking, they attached this giant spigot to your retirement savings account. And they get to control when and how fast you spend that money. In the early years, in your 70s, it's about 4%, 5%. Usually that's within the spending amount that people are doing anyway. So it's a reasonable amount. You don't really care about it. In your 80s and 90s, that amount increases to the point where it becomes about 25% of the account value. It is an amount that is designed to spend down your account and bring it down to zero within your lifetime. So if you live to age 100, your account balance will be close to zero. It will be as close as mathematically possible to zero as you can get when you're spending a percentage and not a fixed dollar amount. So when it comes to tax efficiency, right, the real question we got to ask ourselves is, how do we balance our current tax needs, our future tax liabilities, with our retirement lifestyle to make sure that we pay the least amount of taxes overall, that our money lasts as long as possible, and that we get as much of the benefits as we can from Social Security and the other things that we're entitled to.
So is there a calculator on yieldsforyou.com that helps retirees to navigate that label?
Yes, we have several calculators. However, I'm going to give you a caveat at the end. Sure. We have several calculators on our website. You're going to find online lots of calculators. With some of the calculators to consider, number one, we got an RMD calculator that'll give you an idea of what those RMDs, those required minimum distributions, look like. So you have an idea what that tax liability is going to be. We also have a Roth conversion calculator that will tell you, okay, should you do Roth conversions, will you benefit from it? But here's the thing, you cannot make these decisions in isolation, right? You can look at it and say, like, oh, okay, well, it'll save me $100,000, it'll save me $500,000. That doesn't mean anything, because you got to factor in Social Security, pension, how much are you spending, right? What is your expected life expectancy? How aggressive are you investing? All of these are significant factors in any decision you make of what money you're going to spend first, how quickly you're going to spend it, how are you going to invest it? And these are questions that we really try to help answer during our free retirement and tax SWOT analysis. During that free retirement tax SWOT analysis, we take a look at this holistically. We bring it together and we say, okay, well, we get this pension starting at this age. We have these options for Social Security. Taxes right now is going to be, we're going to be in this tax bracket. If taxes go up, this is what it'll be for us. In the future, maybe our taxes will be zero, right? And then we'll say, hey, you know what? We're going to bring down our retirement accounts to a point where these are within range of what we need to spend. Mm-hmm. And then we'll leave it, right? Other times we'll say, hey, you know what? Your retirement accounts are astronomically great. You did a phenomenal job saving. We got to be super aggressive about Roth conversions, because if we wait too long, we're going to not be able to spend enough. And the IRS is going to end up getting 40% of our retirement savings. And honestly, it's different for every person, right? I have yet to be able to predict beforehand, before we do this analysis, what the right answer for someone is. And it's because we're doing calculus, not algebra, right? You want algebra? I got calculators on our website for doing algebra. But at the end of the day, this is your life, right? And you deserve better than algebra when it comes to retirement planning.
Absolutely. Everyone, we're talking with Label Sternbach. So how can you ensure that the withdrawal strategy that you've talked about supports your needs for retirement, for living every day, and you've got that long-term growth objective out there too?
And this comes back to this concept of time diversification that I talk a lot about. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that the money that we're living on for the next few years is very low risk. We have very little chance of that going down in value, but it's still growing faster than inflation, right? So think about that as like your money market alternative. In that second bucket, right, what the entire job of that money is designed to do is to protect the rest of our money so that we can take on more risk. And if the market goes down for a year or two, we're okay because we have the shield that we built for ourselves that allows the rest of our portfolio to grow, right? And so then, the money that we're going to use to replenish and live on in 3 to 5 years from now, we take on a little bit more risk, but we still can't be reckless because statistically speaking, the market could be down for 5 or 6 years. It is possible, right? So we want to take on risk, but not crazy risk, which now we have 5 to 6 year runway where we can outweight most market declines, right? Probably 90% of them. And now we have future growth, whether that's just putting in the S&P 500 or we put it in some kind of managed volatility strategy where we have a chance to maybe not outperform the market, but not participate in all the downturns of the market and still get most of the upside, right? That it gives us that breathing room so that we can weather the storms that life throws our way, and we have the ability to do it. And so think about putting those shields, those buckets. And again, on our website, we got the tools to help you do it. You book your free retirement and tax law analysis. We will build that for you. We'll walk you through what we recommend.
It sounds like professional guidance is a key in this whole thing because I'm following and then I said, there's a pitfall there. Talk about the personal guidance from Yields for You.
Yeah, so a lot of what we do, right, the individual, let's call it button pushing. Lots of people can do button pushing. You can get a robo-advisor to do button pushing. The real magic is not in the button pushing. The real magic is in understanding what is important to you. What is the outcome that you want to have? What are the things that keep you up at night as an individual? And then protecting against those, right? Creating the experience that you need. And investment returns are only a small part of that. It's a lot of it comes down to individual decisions, right? Whether it's, should I sell my house now or later, right? Should I wait for a bigger price? Making sure that you have proper insurance so that if a catastrophic thing happens, you have proper protection and it doesn't financially upset you and gives you the confidence to be able to go and enjoy life. This morning, I was talking with a client. She's got a whole lot of different situations, but she was concerned about whether she can take a $4,000 vacation at the end of the year. And what I told her was, you absolutely should take this $4,000 vacation because the way I look at it is that's what's going to keep you healthy. That's what it's going to keep you mentally sharp. That is the reason why we work so hard to get these savings. We'll figure out where to get that $4,000 from. But if you don't spend that money and you spend the next 15 years of your life pinching every penny so that you have it later on, right? What's going to end up happening is you're going to be bedridden. Your mental acuity is going to be down and you're going to be in a nursing home. And yeah, we'll have the money, but we're going to be spending it on your care. I'd rather spend it on your enjoyment so that you don't need the care, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
And there's a lot of financial planning that's not dollars and cents, right? That is understanding human nature, understanding your nature, and creating a plan that creates that best balance for you so that you sleep at night, you can enjoy and really live your best life.
Talk once again, we're just about out of time, about yields4u.com, that incredible website.
So yields4u.com, that is our home base, right? You got on there all of our tools, you got all of our resources that you need as you're going through this retirement journey. Whether you want to hire a financial advisor like us or not, or you want to manage your own investments, which many of our clients do, those are the tools that we design, that we use every day to help our clients. We've got more complex versions that for regulation reasons, we can't just put out to the public, but those are like the base versions of them. And you've got a lot of tools there to make decisions. And we're always here to help guide you through those decision-making process that you need.
Thank you, Label, and thank you. That concludes our discussion on which account to spend down first, and Label really laid it out for us this week. And by understanding your options and the tax implications of each, you can make more informed decisions that can help stretch your retirement savings further.
If you would like to see how the Yields for You team can help you get off the Wall Street roller coaster and save you money on taxes so you can live the life of your dreams, book an appointment online at yields4u.com or call 410-914 4894.
Yields for You is a registered investment advisor in the state of New York and only transacts business in states where the firm is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. Registration as an investment advisor is not an endorsement. Information presented on this program is believed to be factual and up to date, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. Discussion should not be construed as an offer to buy or sell or solicitation of any offer to buy or sell the investments mentioned. Annuity guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Content should not be viewed as legal or tax advice. Always consult an attorney or tax professional regarding your specific legal or tax situation.